Hello everyone, Andrew here, and welcome back to Donkey Kong Country 2 Unveiled, where last time we finished off World 4, and today, World 5 begins, and I believe we are all out of color combinations, so here we go with those original color palettes. And when I say original, I of course mean the blue and, I believe Dixie is normally pink or purple. She's not here right now, but she will be back after the tone. So, what we're going to be doing today, again, is starting World 5. But before we do that, something has occurred to me, and that is the fact that normally in World 5, you do not have access to Wrinkly Kong until after 3 levels. Now, that is a really scary thought, because, again, anyone, obviously you've been watching the hack at this point, those 3 levels could be not so bad, or they could all be really ridiculous. So playing 3 levels in a row before we have a chance to save is pretty spooky. One thing this hack has been pretty awesome for is, like, in World 1, they actually moved Wrinkly Kong to after the 2nd level rather than her being after the 3rd level, so it gave you a chance to save a little early on. Now, most people are probably playing Unveiled with save states anyway, but I really appreciate those changes for people like myself who are playing on original hardware. But with all of that said, there's no guarantee that that change was made here as well. So what I want to do before we head into World 5 is grab some coins and some lives, because I have no idea just what is in store for us. And once again, of course, the best place to grab some coins is here in World 3, and I believe that Cold Head Clamber is also the best place to grab lives. Of course, we found that 5-up balloon in World 4, but this 2-up balloon is just so easily accessible at the beginning of the level. And it means that you don't have to go through like a whole bonus game and everything. And also, the second that you touch the balloon, you can just start and select from the level. You don't even actually have to like wait for the number to increment on the top right. So after I have accumulated what I think is enough lives, we will head over to World 5 and see just what it has in store for us. Alright, I think we're getting a little bit excessive here, so that's where we'll stop. It's just such an easy life farming spot, though. It's so tempting to just keep going. One interesting thing to note here, though, is that despite this being a bog level, it's actually playing the Ghostly Grove music. So maybe that means that by playing Ghostly Grove, we'll get what's, you know, the bog music that's supposed to be in the bog. I don't know. I can wish, right? I just really want to hear some Bayou Boogie, I think. But here we go to Eerie Interlude. And the map is actually looking surprisingly the same. I don't believe there's any palette changes. Still pretty blue and green. And we have Warp Woods, a pretty scary name. It's just gonna be like random warp barrels spammed everywhere. It would not even surprise me, really. I think I broke something immediately after entering the level. Was that like a checkpoint barrel? But here we go. World 5? What's it gonna be like? I have to admit that so far, you know, we've had a real mix of good and bad. And whoa, what is that? Is there a ground down there? I don't even know. Okay. What was that? I have no idea. It's like a swirl, or is it a G on that sign? I do not understand the mechanic that is at play here. And we also just kind of came out. It almost looks like the puff of smoke that K. Rool shoots. Okay, I do not understand what is happening, but I will do my best to kind of just deal with it. And here we go. A new mechanic introduced in World 5. Man, and so you just hit that sign from the left, and you somehow teleport to a different location, is the kind of gist of what I'm getting. We have a sign here, and does where we warp matter? I don't know. There also might have been like a banana or something to the left. We also might have to be Diddy because he bounces better. Maybe also we should have been teamed up. Wow, my head is just kind of blown because, yeah, I'm trying to wrap myself around like this mechanic and what exactly is going on. I feel like there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve. And yes, that's right, I should have dropped down if I wanted that K. But you know what? I think we'll survive without the Kong letters. I think we have enough lives. Let me get another one up there too. So yeah, I think we're probably pretty good. But I should be switching to you know, good old Diddy here. And see, there's a... I don't know why I died there. Yeah, I honestly have no idea what's going on. So last part was the levels were actually really easy. Overall, the level and the boss were pretty simple. It was just me making a bunch of silly mistakes, as I just exhibited right there. But overall, let's hope that we have a better time today. And have I checked behind the start? I think that's something that I need to establish right away. There is absolutely no bonus game hidden to the left there. But that's the problem with the level. from yesterday, or rather the last part, is that because the level starts you off going left to right, I didn't think to check to the right for a secret because I'm so used to checking to the left for a secret. If that makes any sense, I'm just making excuses at this point. But please believe me, I swear I'm not terrible at video games. But okay, this time we're playing as the good old high bouncer himself. Like, I see that up there, like that weird gray thing. So I think the point is, oh, and there's a secret down there. Okay, well, I dropped directly below where the banana was, but I was supposed to keep holding to the left. It was totally obvious. Okay, so that didn't work exactly as I expected it to, but I was very curious what would happen, and the answer was nothing. It's just so mind-blowing though, like a different kind of sign. I mean, I guess that's actually not technically the first different kind of sign we've seen. We've also seen the start select sign, and now we have like the kind of swirly, I guess, you know, indicating a warp sign. It's awesome. That's just really cool, but it looks like, okay, so you do that, and then that. And maybe we can walk through that. Part of it was solid, but then the bottom is not. What can we find down here? We have the ghost ropes, as would normally be found in Ghostly Grove, and that brings us to bonus game number 1 of 2, I believe. And we're going to be finding the token in under what circumstances, so you cannot waste any time kind of trying to understand the situation. You kind of just have to go, because otherwise you usually don't have enough time. Now, I tried to throw Diddy over that door, and I believe he actually got stopped. The game would not let me just kind of throw him over it. That's probably, I guess, programmed for that kind of thing, that you can't just cheat, but that raises a big question of just how you get through that door then. I also notice it brings me all the way back to the beginning of the level every single time I mess up, so that is going to be totally fun to have to deal with. Thankfully though, once you know where this bonus game is, it's actually not that difficult to get back to, so let's see if we can analyze just what the game wants from us here. Yeah, like, is there any way to open this door? I'm just gonna make sure. I cannot throw him over. Like, I'm holding right, holding right, holding right. He did not go through the door. So it retains your state. Whatever state you're in when you pass that sign, it will remember that. So like if you're fluttering, then you'll keep fluttering. That's very interesting and important to remember. I wonder if it also applies like if you're holding your partner. That will definitely be something we have to figure out, but can I go underneath? Yes! Okay. There you go. We solved the puzzle, everybody. Now we just have to do it correctly and do a scary jump like that, and that brings us to 50 Creme coins. There we go. I believe only 25 more to go for a total of 75. It's Donkey Kong Country 3, which is weird, where the last bomb for some reason cost a whole 10 bonus coins more. Almost said creme coins, but that would have totally been an incorrect usage of the term. But here we go. Already one bonus game down, which makes me pretty darn happy. But what's... Okay, so again, I don't remember exactly what we were looking at past here and why we messed up last time. Like, what exactly is going on? I feel like maybe I do have to be teamed up? How else could I make it there? I mean, again, I could try Diddy. I think we're gonna get it soon, though. Overall, I'm not too scared of this level at this point, and I just saw the O, so progress is being made. Okay, so this time... No, so we definitely want to be Diddy if bouncing is a thing. Okay, so... Huh. I don't know, because I feel like if you're anything but Dixie, how does that part even work? Alright, let's try it with Diddy this time. Why do I die there? That's really strange. So in that case, I was holding B when I came out of the kind of warp. I also don't know maybe if like you enter it at the bottom of your jump, it will remember like the distance that your jump still had, so you'll continue jumping out of the warp. There's a lot of things that need to be considered in exactly how this works, and I feel like there's not really much opportunity to try it, because for the first warp, for example, you're pretty much kind of just thrown into it here. Also, where did the K go? Why is the K not there anymore? Like, did I glitch it and the K just never comes back? Am I forgetting? Like, I could swear that first warp was where the K was. And I feel like it hasn't been there the last couple times I've tried the level, so does the game still remember that I have it? I guess we'll find it when we get the O. Okay, so again, I'm going to do a thing like that. Okay, and I let go of the jump button. So he kind of just fell at that point. So it didn't remember that I was jumping into the warp. But if I had held on to the B button, which is what I did 2 times ago, that was when I somehow died? There's still some things that I think we need to figure out here. Okay, so, Diddy, I'm gonna hold B this time. Holding B did not do anything. So why did I die those couple of times? I wonder if you can cartwheel. Oh, that might be it. If you cartwheel into the warp, then I could cartwheel jump out of it maybe. That might be it. Well, that's why they put a second, or not a second DK barrel, but like a DK barrel at the beginning. I also don't think that the bonus game in this level had a DK barrel in it. Or rather, you know, the first bonus game we found so far. Which is very interesting that if a bonus game requires you to have both partners, you better get there with both of them because you are not being given any freebies. Now, let's see here. So if I do a cartwheel, I'll still be cartwheeling. Yes, yes, but that is still a lot of distance I need to make. I wonder if I can cartwheel through all of those flitters and then jump at the end of that. That would actually look really cool, I think, if that's a thing that's possible. So let's find out. Cartwheel, holding right? No. I thought maybe I'd be able to do like a cartwheel through all of them, get some more horizontal distance, and then do an epic jump to that platform, but it didn't work. I also noticed that there's this arrow here, which is of course always very scary. Is it pointing at a secret or is it just saying to go to the right? What else can I do? What else could I do? If I do a thing like that and I jump, there we go. That should be enough distance. But again, I skipped over all the flitters and wow, I do have the K. Why? Oh, because there must be some kind of checkpoint barrel shenanigans going on in this level that I don't quite understand. So that's why it thinks I had the K and then I got a checkpoint. So it saved it, which is very fascinating. Now, that's a really awkwardly placed cannon, but I think we figured it out. But okay, cool. We are making progress. We have the O now, but I don't know if there's like any real checkpoints in this level. And that was the biggest problem with Bramble Antics, was that it pretty much expected you to play the whole level without dying. So I could see that potentially being an issue here as well. Okay, okay. What's this door? It's nothing apparently, but is there anything on top of here? No. Does not appear to be the case. But don't worry, I promise that no matter where a door is, I will never forget to check it again. And as I say that, I'm sure that, you know, I'll eat my words in like a part or two, which is exactly what happened. I have no idea what I was looking at there. I guess I'm supposed to cartwheel into that, and I could have done a cartwheel jump out of it. Did I get a new checkpoint anywhere? No. It's still all the way back to the beginning of the level. But yeah, it was a couple of parts. Or rather, I think somewhere in World 3 I was going on about how I'm a pro video game player. I never forget to check behind the entrance for secrets. And then I totally hate those words in the last part. So I totally understand that the second I say that, you know, I don't do something or that I do something, the opposite absolutely happens. But that is just a part of my life and existence, I guess. And I'm totally used to it at this point. So okay, here we go. It's strange though that, you know, how did I get a checkpoint after I got the K then? I have no real idea exactly what's going on here. And how do I do this? Yes. Something like that. And I mean, I guess I could have grabbed onto that guy. And here. See, I tried to jump over him, but then I somehow got pushed back down. You never really understand where there's like invisible ceilings or walls. So you kind of just have to, you know, learn it. And oh yeah, so you definitely want to roll into this, it looks like. And that was close, but thankfully we can still flutter with Dixie. Don't get hit by that. Do some tricky jumps here, it looks like. We got red zinger shenanigans going on. Ooh, I would have liked to have just kind of done a cartwheel jump to that so I didn't have to deal with what's down here, but so far so good. I am definitely getting the kind of fear, though, that we're probably not going to have any real checkpoint in this level. Also, this definitely feels like a, you know, use it for a secret kind of thing, but also I can foresee it being used to kill that guy. I feel like that was probably the incorrect way to use that. But again, we still do have one bonus game in this level and the DK coin somewhere. And as a kid, finding the DK coin in this level was like super tough. Because it's hidden underneath the ground, so I'm definitely going to be checking out for a lot of that here. Like there's a, you know, something over there. but unless you stand in a very specific spot for a couple of seconds, the screen doesn't really scroll down. So you don't understand that the DK coin is hidden beneath the floor. And otherwise, you're not going to find it unless you just start jumping into random holes, which is how desperate I became as a kid to find it. And after jumping into pretty much every single hole in the level, I just kind of eventually came across it. So, oh wait, why did you do it 3 times? I don't know. You guys are weird. Why can't you just be like your other brothers or whatever who do it once? And I died right before a DK barrel. Oh, okay, I feel like I should definitely be Dixie going into that teleport. I totally forgot what I was supposed to do. And yeah, I just don't understand how you use the flitters to do that. Weird. I realized though, I don't think I've ever actually been up where that cannon is. It will definitely be something to consider if we're missing a secret. There's definitely a few places I have in mind that I'm going to check if we end up at the end without finding everything. In that situation there though, it definitely looked like it was smarter to have Diddy. Dixie doesn't jump nearly as high or far, so I guess I'll just stick with him at that part. Okay, so there's going to be that crate at the top of here. And I'm curious if this can be used in any way on any of these walls. And of course, I mean, I can't check that one with the red zing in there. If I place you down here, will you despawn and then respawn at the top again? I could also, of course, just use a team throw to defeat this cruncher, which would still give me the crate for later use, which is kind of cool. As you just never know when you might want that. I don't really remember what was on the other side of this, though. Yeah, I kind of felt that was going to happen, too. It really felt like it was kind of a gap that needed a roll jump in order to be successful. Like, this could be a very, you know, potential break-openable wall. All things to consider later on, but we're once again at this part with only 1 hit. We have to deal with all of these cutlasses. Okay, you're a 2-hit one. I could swear this guy sliced 3 times last time. I'm gonna get attacked by 2 at once. 1, 2, 3. Like, that's weird. 1. Just 1. 2. And wow, you always go off screen too quickly. Oh, okay. Perfect. Now, what do I want to do here? I feel like the bananas indicate what it wants you to do. And I noticed in that situation, it was kind of in a downward slope. Like, all right, maybe I'm supposed to float into this one. And it appears that I was correct. So we got the G, which means that we kind of are approaching the end here. But this is an awkward formation, I must say. But okay. Like down there is definitely prime opportunity for some secrets. I'm gonna check this door, and I'm definitely gonna check this door. Alright, so definitely some stuff going on at the end there, but hey, that level overall, definitely not too bad. Uh-oh. It is cranky. The save wasn't moved earlier on into the world, so we do have to beat at least 3 levels before we have the chance to save. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do, because normally I, save, end the part, come back later and play more, but I don't think I'm going to put more than 2 levels into a single part, so this part will probably end with Hornet Hall, and then I'm going to have to, find a way to keep going. And, keep playing until I can save. But we still have stuff to do in Warp Woods. 2 more secrets to find. So let's do that now. Oh. Okay, so you cannot access that cannon because you get teleported. That makes a lot of sense. So at least it clears that mystery. Of course, part of what this kind of devolves into as well is potentially, just like in my, original days, having to jump into every single hole to see if there's any secrets down there. We definitely saw that there was something at the end of the level, so while there definitely are other holes and just other areas where things could potentially be hidden, I think it makes sense to go after what we know is kind of hidden first. And that will tell us if that's either a bonus game or a DK coin, which will give us kind of insight onto how we might want to search for the next secret. Like if we find the last bonus game, then we know that we don't have to kind of break open, or rather try to break open a whole bunch of walls with that crate, because the DK coin's not going to be hidden inside a breakable wall. Whoa, okay, that was lucky, I guess. So yeah, basically it's like divide and conquer, do what you know, and it makes sense there, I guess, why it gives you the DK barrel, because you're going to have to float here. And here we are once again at the end. Now, where exactly did we want to go? Do we want to jump off this edge here? I think we might. Ooh, it's a tricky kind of fit though. Okay, no, maybe we want to do one more ledge. And unfortunately, again, because there's no checkpoint, it means that the secret's right at the end, and every time I mess it up, I have to replay the entire level. Whoa, okay, that's kind of interesting. I feel like I'm kind of breaking something by doing that, so I don't think I want to do it too many more times, but that's a thing you can do, so I guess I'll probably put that in the video for all of you just random thing that doesn't really do anything enthusiasts out there. Because sometimes the random things that don't do anything are fun to learn about as well. But okay, back to this point again. Overall, it's actually like a super simple level once you understand the gimmick and how everything works and how it's all laid out. I can get back here very consistently now. Oh, okay. Now what's this all about? Okay, there you go. So that is the DK coin. So we do still have a bonus game hidden somewhere. And that can of course like still be inside a wall, or it could be a barrel down a hole. Very interesting. Of course, in the original level, there is one that is in the bonus barrel and one that you have to break open a wall to access. So I'm still very suspicious of that crate about halfway through. And there is definitely that one spot where it looks like it could be used. It's just a matter of figuring out how to get the crate to there. Okay, so we're back here again with this crate. We definitely want to do a thing like this, and then we can get back up to where the crate is. And then we somehow have to get it through these zingers without it getting broken. Now, maybe I should be trying to go over. Last time I kind of tried to go in between, so I got timing like that. Okay. Alright, so this definitely feels possible. I have a good feeling that this is probably what the game wants, in a way. I didn't understand how far it was going to go to the right before coming back, so I kind of messed up the jump there. It's just a question of, can I make it from that platform to the teleport without doing a roll jump, because I'll only be able to do a normal jump because I'm holding the crate. And if that is successful and the crate can come with us through the teleport, I'm pretty confident that is the secret. But there's a lot of ifs in that sentence, I understand, so I guess we'll find out. Okay. Alright, so let's try this again. Alright, all the correct throwing directions there. It's funny, it seems like whenever there's a crate puzzle, it always involves a cruncha and it always involves team throws. And Dixie kind of just fell off the edge there. Thankfully, it's not a death. Again, I've seen some Smash Brothers lately, and it's ice climbers. It's just like, well, there's that one that always just kind of wants to fall off the screen and die for whatever reason. But, okay, is this going to work? Yes! And this is going to be it, right? Oh, it was so obvious. It was so obvious. Find the token. Let's really hope that we find it so we don't have to go through all that again. Okay, I heard the token appear. Oh, I don't have two partners anymore. Why? Uh-oh. And of course it had to be a click-clack again. I have no idea what's happening. We heard the token appear. I don't know if I should have just kind of waited. I feel like I did something really wrong. And... oh, it's so nice. It gives you another try. Thank you. Thank you, game. I don't know, I feel like the game's actually kind of gotten nicer as it's gone on in some ways. Ugh. Maybe something like that? Thankfully, we can just keep trying. Because yeah, it seems like in the earlier worlds, whenever I lost the bonus game, there would be so many situations where I had to replay like half the level to get another try. But it feels like as the game has gone on, it's gotten a lot more generous in if it lets me try bonus games again immediately. Now that is obviously not exactly what it's looking for. How can this be working? This level is a lot of kind of thinking about mechanics that I've never really experienced in Donkey Kong before. Okay, so we hear the token appear. Okay, being hit in the butt by the click-clack is not the solution. Hey, I had to try it. That could have very easily been it. You just never know in this hack. Okay, so the token appears. They get rid of Dixie, almost kind of like it expects you to jump up onto that platform, and it doesn't want you to cheese it with a team throw. Because I'm sure I came into the bonus game with both partners, right? I definitely had both. This bonus game has just somehow filtered out Dixie. And you can't bounce off of a click-clack. Why is the click-clack thrown at me? Why doesn't the click-clack just start by default? Do you think that... oh, could I have done a thing like that? If the click-clack revives in your hands, and it pushes you back slightly. Do you think it would boost me up just enough to land on that platform? Okay, let's do this. So let's jump on the click-clack. Okay, well, we need to pick it up, too. Oh, that was actually kind of interesting. I wonder if I could bounce off it in the air. Okay, when do you revive? You revive at about 4 seconds. Okay, so if I can grab you, jump up in the air, and position myself so that I get that bounce off of you at exactly around 4 seconds, I wonder if that works. Because that would make a lot of sense, why we're given the amount of time for this bonus game that we are. As if that is like, you know, it expects us to wait for that. So 9, 8... Unfortunately, it's a little hard to get, like, right on. Oh, yeah, see, I was a little slow there. Alright, so maybe closer to 5. Whoa! But see, something like that. I feel like I'm definitely onto something. But it's very tricky to pull off. Or I could be completely wrong too, and this is just a big time waste. But why is it always click-clacks? I feel like Indiana Jones here. Why did it have to be click-clacks again? 2 levels in a row now that they've tried to foil all of my fun. That's so interesting. Ooh, okay, so I definitely wanted to try that too, but I don't foresee yourself being able to get enough of a bounce by just doing that. Okay, so I landed on it exactly when it said 14. Now, when does it pop out if you do it exactly then? Okay, so right after 6. Because using the clock to kind of get a consistent read of exactly how things work is very important, and that was what I used in Ricochet Rage to kind of really understand the pattern. So like, if I want to hit it exactly at 14, now see that was a little bit before 14, so it's probably going to be like right when it hits 6 now, right? Assuming it's consistent every time too. Yeah. I don't know, again, when something feels really tough, it makes you wonder if you're doing it wrong. There's potentially some like major glitch involving a click-clack that I just don't know. So all I can really do is keep trying this, I guess. Hey, why did it flip back over so fast that time? Or maybe because I didn't pick it up. What could I possibly be doing wrong? Whoa, close. Ooh, that was kind of interesting. I'm like, well, what if I jam him into the wall and then kind of try to ride him up the wall? I don't know. I'm kind of running out of ideas. Like something like that feels like it could kind of work, but it also feels really bad. Now that was interesting. What if you could jump on it while it's arcing like that? Okay, what about a thing like that? Oh, I wonder if I can get a bounce off it after it walks off the ledge then. There's potential in that idea, I think. Okay. Because yeah, the first bounce that you get off of a click-clack absolutely sucks, but if I can get like a double bounce off it, if I land on it while I'm looking to the left, I think I'll bounce back to the right, and then I can potentially get an actual decent bounce off it and get up there. And I really hope you only have to do this once. Well, that's a good start. Oh my gosh, because it seems like so many times, like when we were doing the big boy in the last part, you get it once and you're like, yes, I did it! And it's like, oh, now I have to do it the second time. Oh, now I have to do it a third time. All perfect in succession. Okay, well that was just way too early, but you see what I'm trying to do. Yo! Oh, I was so sure that was going to work. Oh, I was so anticipating that second bounce to happen and it never did. But if it doesn't work, like, I don't know what to think then. Like, it doesn't seem like my theory's going to be successful, despite the fact I thought it had so much potential. And it just, for a second there, it really looked like it was going to work too. Oh, that's awful if that's not how you solve this puzzle then. Oh, I was really hoping that was going to be it. Oh, okay, well, if that didn't work, then I feel like it's a lost cause. I feel like it feels like it should work. But I don't know how much better I can do than that. I could swear Diddy was like literally phasing through it. What are my other options then? Like, I feel like maybe Wrinkly might have a hint. Kind of like how she had the hint for the big boy that helped us beat that other bonus game. Maybe there's a glitch with the click-clack that I just don't know, and she'll help us out with it, but like, I don't know. I'm at a point where I'm like, maybe we need to find out, because I don't know how much longer I can kind of just keep, you know, trying and not succeeding at it. If there is going to be at some point something that kind of points you in the right direction, the bonus game's easy enough to get back to, and that's definitely been the kind of the thing lately, is that the bonus games actually aren't all that hard to find. It's just they started requiring odd glitches and such that I just don't really know. And it's weird too, because you can hear that bonus coin appear. But I just don't know. Yeah. So at this point, I've been recording for over an hour, and with the chance that maybe Wrinkly does know something, I feel like I'm just gonna have to pass on this one for now, and if she doesn't know anything, I'll have to come back and try again. But I did find the bonus game. It's just a matter of there is something going on there that I have absolutely no idea about. Thank you for the list of evil Kremlings in video games. I can't believe people do actually pay for this. So, Warp Woods. How do you reach that banana down there? Okay, so yeah, like I wasn't expecting... it seems like... I'm trying not to read all the names. I guess everyone else can if they want. You know, it's usually Wrinkly that has kind of like the technical tips. So hopefully she has something related to click-clacks. But for the time being, I guess we'll move on to Hornet Hall. That's kind of interesting to be placed here. It's like Haunted Hall but with hornets. It's an underwater level apparently. With squawks, okay. This is very interesting. But it has the Hornet Hall music. And yeah, it just kind of seems like the whole Haunted Hall theme has been removed here. I do see something up in the top left. Is this a bonus game? Okay, please be easier than the last bonus game I just spent like 20 minutes trying to beat. So there's the 4 from Glimmer's Galleon. Now, what the heck am I looking at here? 4. Do I have to defeat 4 hooks, maybe? Is that a thing? That would be a really weird thing. That just, once again, you know, was just so bizarre inside this ROM hack. And never seen in the original game. I feel like that's it. You have to kind of hit the crook's hook back 4 times without accidentally defeating the crook. but please shoot at me. So that's 1. And getting you to fire, it's going to take a little bit of practice, but overall, I think that's what it wants. That's so weird if that's what it wants, but I believe that's probably what it wants. And Haunted Hall normally has 3 bonus games, so even though we're off to a quick start here, we're still going to have 2 bonus games and a DK coin to look for after this, which is quite a bit. Okay, so getting you to fire is quite the pain, and then accidentally not defeating you is also quite the pain. I love all the incorrect sound effects. It's so weird, like the crook just does not want to shoot sometimes. Like, ugh, it's really awkward. I don't know if I have to actually hit the hooks or if we just have to get him to like shoot 4 of them and then the token will appear. I feel like I'm definitely on the right track, but again, again, finding the bonus games isn't that hard. Figuring out exactly how they work seems to be the real trick. Like, how come I can stand right in front of your face here and nothing happens for a while? Like, there's 2. Hello? 3. And we ran out of time. Hello? Like, it's so weird that he doesn't shoot for a while. So that's 1, 2, 3. Oh, 4! If I defeat him, that would make 4. Huh, okay. That's a possibility. Interesting. Like, do the hooks really work like that? I mean, if clobbers going back into their barrel counts as like an enemy being defeated, I could totally see a hook disappearing from the screen, counting as an enemy being defeated. So like that's 1, 2, 3, 4? No. There it is, there it is, there it is! Oh, okay. So maybe the trick is that you have to shoot the hook each time, or it like doesn't count as a kill for whatever reason. But there, we definitely saw the token, so we definitely understand that it's possible now. Also, there's no reason to not get hit by that red zinger, because you always get a DK barrel back after you leave the bonus game anyway. It's just weird that this guy doesn't shoot until like 4 seconds into the bonus game. It's so much wasted time. So there's 1, there's 2. Ugh. There we go, 51 Creme Coins, should be 52, we still need to go back and get that other one in the previous level, but okay. I'm really looking forward to actually playing the level a little bit now, and not just playing bonus games as I've been doing for the last half an hour or so. But now we're not going to get our DK barrel back, so we actually have to be kind of careful here. This level looks like it's going to be all about very careful zinger maneuvering, which I'm totally fine with. But overall, I mean, I just love the bonus games in this hack, they're so innovative. I'm watching another Let's Player right now, Raocow, play Donkey Kong 64, and I forgot just how bad some of the bonus games in that game are. Like when you have to, round up all of the, the squirrels, or rather the beavers, they're called naughties. I'm trying to concentrate on the level, I remember enemy names at the same time, so you have to put all the naughties into the hole in the middle, and there's so many silly bonus games in Donkey Kong 64 that it's actually making me kind of happy I'm not replaying it, because to not go for 100% is fine, but I think to have to play all of those ridiculous bonus games that just feel so disconnected from the rest of Donkey Kong 64, wow. It's pretty overwhelming, I think, so I'm enjoying watching someone else play that rather than playing it myself, I must admit. Because yeah, Donkey Kong 64 is like a super interesting game. As a kid, Like, I loved Donkey Kong 64. And then, you know, you obviously view it with kind of rose-colored glasses back then. I still think it's an incredible game, and what they were able to accomplish with it is, like, amazing. Just, by collectathon standards, it is, like, the grand collectathon. But there's a lot of questionable decisions in there that make me think, like, you know, should I, you know, maybe I'm kind of glad I'm watching someone else play this for a change and not, you know, doing it all myself. Because where does the line get drawn between, you know, being expansive and fun and tedious and having to constantly switch Kongs, play bonus games that feel like they have nothing to do with the rest of the game, and are just overall, like, really unfair at times. It is, in some ways, kind of more tedious than, you know, enjoyable, it seems. As unfortunate as that is to say. Okay, so what is going on here? We already have the O. I feel like I need to kind of check every single wall. Like there you go, there you go. I should definitely grab that first, just in case. But of course, it's the boat theme. The boat theme is notorious for just having random walls that you can swim through. So find the token once again for bonus game number 2, and we have a door. I was gonna say, I assume we probably have to find a checkmark barrel somewhere. So this is just all a race. But wait, then the door goes up? Does it ever go back down? Maybe it doesn't hurt you after it goes up, but that's not true, because in the previous part, we actually were hurt by a door after it was raised. And that brings us to later in the level. I'm very happy I picked up the the checkpoint barrel, just in case. And what is this all about? A DK barrel? Don't mind if I do. And we can go down here once again. Alright, so what is the solution to this? Once the door is raised, I can't imagine it going back down. And I mean, I had to obviously try, seeing if I could just fit underneath it without doing anything else. But that means that every single time I want to try again, I either have to, you know, just destroy myself so I get back to the checkpoint quicker, or I can just kind of go down here. If I beat the level, I could always, again, just start selecting and be taken to the checkpoint barrel immediately, but I don't think I'm that desperate. I don't think this is going to be that hard. It's just kind of, once again, every bonus game lately is kind of discovering how, you know, awkward mechanics work that I'm just not used to. And this one's no different, but I'm sure I'll get it eventually. I wonder, like, can I go through one of these walls? So I realize, okay, I was like, well, why is there bad barrel sounds? But I think that's just because it's using the incorrect sound effect for when you enter and leave the water. So that's all that is about. I'm like, am I hitting invisible barrels somewhere? But no. It's just funky sound effects because incorrect objects being used with incorrect level theme equals all sorts of bizarre shenanigans, I suppose. But okay, so all I'm seeing here is that there's this checkmark barrel. So the next time I see the door, it goes up. Is there anything else I can do on the other side here? Can I go through any of these walls? Yes, maybe. No, maybe. Well, I could definitely go through that. Oh, and then by going off screen and coming back, the door was closed again. Alright, okay. We've solved it. I knew we would. It took a second. But, yeah, of course. Even inside the bonus game, gotta check every single wall to see if you can go through it. So this should be easy peasy. But once again, it's of course a race. Unveiled does not like giving you any more time than absolutely necessary. So we're holding that Y button, going as fast as we can to get to that. Back down. Unfortunately, it's not as fast as going up. Off screen, back, and yes! 52 crumb coins. There we go. And that leaves one more bonus game and the DK coin. But overall, this has been quite the simple level so far. And it wouldn't make us miss the DK coin somewhere between there. I think I've checked all those walls now. But yeah, again, very kind of just precise navigation through tight passageways. And, you know, gotta get around those zingers. We already have the end. So, like, again, I'm just not feeling too bad about this at all. Today's levels have not been hard. It's definitely been the bonus games that are tripping me up more than anything. You know, I could always just go into the bonus game, lose it, and then I would skip that whole ring of singers. It's awkward for sure. But okay, I also noticed that there was that arrow over by where the checkpoint is that points down, and I believe that the bonus game is actually directly below those arrows, or rather that arrow. So that's probably the hint that Wrinkly or Cranky would give for it. is like, you know, keep going down where the arrow's pointing. And you know what? I think I'll get that DK barrel, and I will probably do that so that I don't accidentally lose a hit on the way back to where we have last been to. Yeah, how generous of the game to actually let you skip part of the level by losing the bonus game. Again, that's generosity that earlier on in the game I was not expecting, and despite the fact that the difficulty has picked up in ways, the generosity in some ways has also picked up as well. Like, can you believe they actually gave us an invincibility barrel for the King Zing Sting fight last part? Now that is some generosity I just was not expecting, and it would have definitely been much more difficult had they not. I feel like I probably dealt with that way too easily compared to how some people were building that fight up. But you know, if the bosses keep on being that simple, I don't think I will be complaining. But what do we have? Oh, okay, well, wasn't expecting that. Okay, I think this is back around where we were. I'm just kind of checking all of the walls. So we got that crook coming. Why can't you be more like the bonus game crook and, you know, not shoot for 6 seconds? So that's why that zinger is placed there, though. Because it prevents me from shooting far enough to get to that crook without kind of putting myself in the line of fire. Very sneaky. Alright, we have an extra hit this time, so no matter what, we should be able to get by this part. Okay, so let's follow this hook back. I don't know how I could have gotten underneath that then. I didn't press anything, and I was just kind of sent into that zinger, but okay. So we are now here, which is a place we have never been, and what do you want from me? Can I fly over you? Oh, but there's definitely something between you, isn't there? Definitely. Like, that's like 100% chance of, aha! Like, yeah, there's no other reason that that formation would be like that, and then I immediately smacked the off-screen zinger, but we got the DK coin, so I guess I won't complain too much. That just leaves one more bonus game to find. Well, I tried. Not sure what else it really wants for you in that situation, but okay, so once again, we're here. That's where the DK coin was, and this is where you go down, and you don't really see that zinger until it's too late, kind of. Okay, so once again, a kind of awkward situation here where we're just gonna follow it as closely as possible and then sneak around. And this looks like a door? So is this the final bonus game? No, it's just a teleport to the end, it seems. Oh, well, I mean, maybe not necessarily the end, but it takes you somewhere. I guess this is kind of maybe like a warp room of sorts. And that takes us to an invincibility barrel, and now we got good old Snapjaw. Oh, wow, it's the whole shtick from the, from the On Guard level. What was it, Dangerous Chase? Or no, Ceaseless Chase. Okay, then there's another one. So there's definitely potential for there to be a bonus game hidden somewhere amongst all this. Like in here, perhaps? No, it once again just takes us to like a random area. Now, can I touch that water? Or is that like danger zone? Okay, this level really took an odd turn. I'm definitely not hitting that target without checking behind the finish though. Yeah, I'm not satisfied. Definitely not. I definitely feel like there's still probably a bonus game somewhere in that last portion. So I definitely didn't want to hit the target with that. Still a possibility. So I guess I'm going to do a little more exploration around that final Squawks part. I don't really know how you get by that zinger without getting hit. That whole part there just seems like you have to take a hit. There's something I'm not quite understanding, it seems. But thankfully, that's all we need is that one hit to get through there. And I guess we'll look around this area a bit more too. Like, I don't know, maybe like this block? Nope. What's that to the right there? Was that a passageway we hadn't explored yet? Can I go through any of this stuff? It didn't seem like it. Like, this room definitely feels like it's prime location for something to be hidden. It's just a matter of where, because when you're rushing, you don't exactly have all day to kind of search for things like that. Oh, I bet that arrow's it. I bet that arrow is it. Aha! I understand how this works, I think. Don't tell me this is just a dead end, okay. Whoa! Alright, I believe I definitely found the bonus barrel down there, but we got destroyed on the way out of it, so yeah. Feeling pretty good about that. Let's check it again. Alright, let's try this again. I have to admit, I didn't even realize that we hadn't got the G in our original run through the level. That would have been a great indication that there was still something we were missing at the end, but I just do not pay nearly enough attention to the Kong letters, it seems. Destroy them all. How the heck do you destroy you? Oh no, where does this respawn me? Oh, thank you very much, game, once again. Generosity I'm not expecting. You know, you could have easily dumped us like right at the end and made me replay that second half of the level, but this means that we can pretty consistently retry this game, which is pretty cool. So that zinger, can we hit it from somewhere else maybe? Let's just scout the area. Yeah, like we come up here. Something like this? I don't know. It's not Super Mario World. We can't scroll the screen. Now, what does that do? Yes! And then we can kind of go through the wall there, I guess. Very cool, and now we already know what the rest of the level looks like, so it's just a matter of beating it again, not accidentally going into any of these squeaks barrels. That one down there didn't have a symbol on it, which is kind of interesting. And unfortunately, we accidentally took a hit there, but let's just do our best to not touch any more barrels, and we should be good. Enter here, and then we do this really awkward part where it's just Diddy. And we don't have any kind of thing protecting us, so come back to the left, and then I'm gonna make a massive run for it, like that. I don't know if this is the best strategy or not, and hopefully you cannot destroy me after I've already hit the target. There we go, 100% complete in Hornet Hall. And will that lead us to the third level, or did they put Wrinkly Kong there? Wrinkly Kong, Wrinkly Kong, Wrinkly Kong. Ugh. Rock Face Ridge. Sounds like a level from the third game. With that, though, I believe that's where we're going to end this part, because I have been recording for longer than I would like to admit, with all the kind of retries I've had to do for bonus games and such. But overall, the 2 levels today were not too bad, and I had a lot of fun. So with that, we're going to end here. I'm probably going to go take a break for a little bit. Let's hope that there's no power outages or such in between. I'm going to stop the recording, save all that, so even if something does happen, you know, it's not that hard to really replay all that. But when we come back, it will be time for Rock Face Ridge. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed part 15. Hope to see you again in part 16. So thanks, and see you later. Thank you so much once again for checking out my videos. I really appreciate it, and if you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, as it really helps my channel out. With that said, hope to see you next time.